What's up, all of the tricksters and tricksettas watching this VOD review on the second YouTube channel. Today at our coaching table, we have our brother Honzis again. I think this is like a second or third VOD review for Honzis. And today, he is playing Chamber on Icebox in a Platinum 1 elo. Is Chamber good on Icebox? Absolutely. One of the best maps for Chamber, and in Platinum elo, you should be able to carry easily those matches with Chamber, Outlaw, Operator, ba-ba-boo-ba-ba-ba. You get a point. There are some cool setups that you should know. You need to understand like where to place your tripwire and trademark, where to place your teleport anchor positions, and everything else is quite simple. I mean, same as you're playing, you know, you should use the same off angles and same positions as you would do with agents such as Jet, Omen, Raze, and those movement type of shit. Now, let's immediately dive into the questions that he had for us. So, first of all, yo. So, after last VOD review, March, here I am again. Topics we talked about last time. KST problem was 69%, now is 75%. Very good, that means that you're becoming a more useful teammate. Sound awareness, you have told me that I need to work on my sound. I'm still a bit deaf, but I think it is better. I would like you to focus on that and tell me if you see any improvement and if the problem is solved. We'll focus on that. I remember that VOD review, like, my dude basically doesn't know from which direction enemies are going. I mean, maybe you have some fucked up sound settings. Make sure that you're playing on the stereo, like, make sure to check your sound settings on Windows, like, literally, you know. Like, my dude was completely unaware of the sound direction. Now, general awareness. You gave me a training. I'm doing it. I think that I became better at reading opponents and teammates. Still a lot of work to be done. I will be glad if you pick situations where I'm doing something wrong. Sure. Oh yeah, by the way, like, I already shared with Honzi some kind of a training that he's performing, and, you know, if I was you, brother, I would just keep doing the same shit until you feel that you finally improved. Because that training that I've shared with you is really a really good and a really strong general training routine in Valorant. Now, not pushing with the most aggressive teammate. Although I'm trying, all habits die hard from Counter-Strike, where everybody sort of work together and they not push like idiots when the bomb is dropped. I guess planted. Feel free to tell me when I should be more proactive. We'll focus on that. Utilizing wrong weapons. Well, see for yourself. Last act in the tracker, I think you will be proud of the top 4. Okay. Situation right now. This act I've played almost nothing. I got married. Congratulations, brother. Like, my dude is moving in life. You quit playing Valorant, you get married. I mean, he didn't quit, but, you know. Had a wedding to plan and attend to. We both said yes, yay. So I've not been around that much. Good job, my friend. One of the rare Valorant players that is actually moving upwards in life. If you will check my tracker, please focus more on the last act. Will do. I have more statistics there. I'm meaning Omen and Chamber. Last time we did the Omen review. Now I want to hear and see my mistakes as Chamber. This VOD has been cancer like every other Valorant game. We managed to win. I did almost 40 kills, but it still was too close in my opinion for what potatoes enemies were. Okay, interesting Englando. I want to improve further as a solo queue player. I decided to mute half of my toxic ass teammates, as you should. I mean, listen, if you cannot bear, first of all, if your teammates are toxic, but they are still giving you some important information, don't mute them. If your teammates are just plain toxic, and they don't give a fuck about giving you any comms, just mute them and play your own game, save your mentality, and just see what you can do to carry the match. You cannot change a person in 30 years. You cannot change a person in 30 minutes of playing Valorant as well. So basically, like, if your teammates are toxic, they don't want to cooperate, figure out what you can do to play around them, and maybe pay them, trade them, you know, compensate their mistakes, silent support, stuff like that. So I've played more for map awareness training, and so you will have plenty of mistakes to pick up. Okay. See you on stream, CHARLATAN. Hope you're cheering for the correct team in hockey championships. Brother, I never watched hockey. Even, actually, there was a moment of time where I watched like some hockey highlights, and it's really interesting sport. Love it. Like, love it when they're beating the shit out of each others. Very nice. Now, let's see the tracker, even though I reviewed the Honzi's tracker multiple times. Yes, ADR, optimal, good for a Platinum player, KD much better, KST much better, mechanical skill can still be much better, but generally speaking, the mechanical skill ceiling is the hardest to improve at Valorant. It takes time, effort, consistency, and you simply cannot see the results in a few months or a few weeks. Essentially, like, that's why you primarily want to carry games in Valorant based on your game knowledge, decision-making, team play, adaptiveness, and smart gameplay. And proper utility usage, obviously. Now, some of the other stats, clutch percentage can still be a bit better. Definitely. I mean, 2.3% is, well, it's okay, but, you know, you can do something better in those 1v1s and 1v2s. You didn't play that many games, though. Last that's okay, we are valuing your life a bit more. Attacker side is yeah, I mean, you're definitely better on defense than on attack. So what I would recommend you is like maybe for the next few weeks focus on mainly improving your attacker side, because on attack you're like, on defense you're like 20% better than on attack. See what you can do better in terms of your crosshair placement, positioning, how you play around your allies, which strategies you deploy, which patterns you actually follow, like, you know, I mean, most of your Valorant matches you win or lose on a defender side. Like, defender side is far more important than attack, because on defense you can, you know, counter the enemies, composite every mistake of your allies and stuff like that. But on attack, you really need to pay more attention, like, where the fuck are your allies going? How can you support them and shit like that? Now, not bad, good, much better than before. Much, yeah. He started playing Valorant a few weeks ago. We are still at Platinum 1, but to be honest, like, you know, going from these statistics here to these stats here is 10 times better. No, not 10 times, but you're like 20-30% better than before. I still think that your playtime is suboptimal, and if you put more into grind into the game, I think your improvement and your progress is gonna be much faster, obviously. No, I mean, you said you got married, so I really think that in this act here, you could have reached like at least Diamond 1 if you played like 60 more hours on top of these 35. And this act, I think if you actually turn on the Demon Speed mode, like, you can easily get like Diamond Elo, or maybe even Low Ascendant, to be honest, if you keep up with the training and everything. I mean, we already talked about your agents and what you should main. On Sunset, brother, we need to figure out something else, and Icebox as well. You know, on Icebox, in this elo, you can easily make the chamber work. So maybe like, you know, you should switch the Omen and Reyna for the chamber. Like, it's a map where just abusing off angles and proper pathings and playing with a proper crosshair placement is really fucking important. And I would highly advise you, like, try chamber on Icebox. And today we're gonna do the chamber VOD review, so why not? Like, I mean, Platinum Elo, just use the operator, outlaw, shit on them, that's it. And on Sunset also, I mean, I don't know what's happening, but 0-8, not looking good. But on the other hand, brother, Omen on Bind, the best fucking agent to carry idiot teammates on Bind. You're a Sentinel, Duelist, Controller, Initiator. I love the results right here. Like 10-0 with 1-4 KD, 150 ADR. Muy bien. Muy bien. This is why I tell everybody that that I coach, like, I mean, not everybody, but you want to master the Omen on Bind. Like, so many things that you can do, so many outplays, so many good stuff. And your general weapon statistics are kind of the same as before. We don't have that many problems anymore, like in the semis, full buys, and pistols. Your ecos can definitely be still a bit better. You know, like, we can squeeze in like 1 KD in this elo when it comes to the eco rounds if you actually master shorty a bit more, and those shorty basically like if you're already playing Omen and with a chamber headhunter and shit like that, your mechanical stats are still they are like getting better. Like, you improve for like 20%, as I said, but this can be much better for a platinum player that is slowly grinding his way out into the diamond and ascendant elo. The problem with mechanical skill is just you need a consistency. Like, you need to do a daily aim training, like warm up. You need to play the game, brother. Like, So yeah, and also like your age plays a huge part in that as well. We're starting to see more of a stinger, shorty. That's good. Like, the one thing that I'm not proud of here is you're still afraid to pick up the operator and outlaw. Brother, outlaw on a defender side. Enemies don't have money to buy heavy shield. Like 3 or 4 enemies have below 3,800 credits. Force the outlaw, easy body shots, done. Operator. You notice that enemies are very repetitive. They have a bad entry pathing, bad utility usage. Get the operator, deal with them, get them out of the map. On Icebox and Breeze, you should be using both of these weapons on both attackers and defenders side in this elo, and you can get away with such an easy kills, making numbers advantage for your team and opening up the space, especially if you're playing chamber. Like, I play chamber with operator and outlaw 80% of time on both attackers and defender side of Icebox and Breeze. And with op, like, you don't need a good general mechanical skill. You just need a good crosshair placement and reaction time. Flicking, tracking, that shit is not that important as long as we're holding angles properly. And basically, like, we have a reaction time to react on enemies. Like, those are easy kills. But to be honest, in this elo, you have plenty of time to react onto the enemies. Overall, nothing to really shit about that much. As I said, like, this act, if you invest like 60 to 100 hours of playing Valorant, Diamond 3, maybe even Ascendant 1 is guaranteed. Like, to be honest, because we also built up our MMR. Like, your MMR right now should be high. You should be getting far more than what you're losing. And even with 51, 52% win rate, you can easily get like Diamond, low, maybe high Diamond. And then next act, we reset and we're grinding towards the Ascendant and Immortal. Overall, keep doing what I recommended you to do thus far. In this VOD review, we're only gonna focus on chamber on Icebox. Is Omen good on Icebox? Brother, just look at my playbook on my Discord server for Omen on Icebox. Like, from Iron 1 to Immortal 3, you can like demolish like the enemies with some one-way smokes, cheesy setups. Like, it's just fucking insane. From Immortal 3 to Radiant, yeah, you kind of need to pick up the Viper, but playing Omen as a secondary controller is good. But anyways, like, you need to remember that in ranked solo queue, a better team will always win. Like, you can win a match with 5 duelists, you can lose the match against 5 duelists. Like, this is ranked environment, and as long as you're playing your main agent, you should be able to carry your games. And one very easy example is this match right here. Enemies don't have a duelist on attacker side of Sunset, and we lose this match. Why? Because we became toxic at 8-6. We were winning the match 8-4 on a defender side. We lost the first 2 rounds. Team has became absolutely toxic. Claw is shitting on the mother of the Jet. Jet is shitting on the mother of the Claw. Raze is flaming Cypher. Cypher is flaming everyone and muting everyone. And I'm just there chilling as a fucking initiator that is ready to support his duelists, but nobody wants to push in and nobody wants to do anything. So it doesn't matter that we have a better team composition when we simply don't have better mental health, essentially. And that is a huge fucking problem in this game. Like, also I played like shit, I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, better players always win in Valorant. Period. Now, not the mother thing. Not a mother thing. I mean, like, it's either a mother, father, a dog, cat, pet, like, I don't know, man. I think in that match, one guy said, I think Ray said to someone, like, to make a suicide. Cypher was flaming everyone, like, it was interesting match. Really, really fun games in the Radiant Yellow of Europe. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's see this shit.
30 seconds left.
Let's mute this down. Okay. Okay, Icebox, listen here. So, first, let's talk about some general rules on Icebox that you should follow. Especially in the lobbies between Iron 1 and Immortal 3. Listen. First of all, on Icebox, your default bomb site and #1 priority is A site on both attackers and defender side. Secondary priority B site. Third priority mid area of the map. In the first 4 to 6 rounds, we want to pressure the enemies mainly on A, then test the enemies on B, and we are using the mid area of the map as a last resort if we find some kind of a gap to surprise the enemies, lurk, flank, or split the map. Now, what is the default bomb site? Default site is that you prioritize attacking or defending when you have no idea what to do next, if you're auto-piloting or if you just don't give a shit, essentially. It's gonna be easier for you to win the round on that site. On Icebox, regardless of the enemy's team composition, in the first round, always push the A site. And if you lose the first round, in the second round, we're going B and mid. And we're trying to test the enemies here to see how they play, how they position, and what they're doing. But on Icebox, if you win the first round on A site, then 3 rounds in a row, we're pushing A site. In the 4th round, we're faking A and we're going B. Regardless of the outcome of the first 3 rounds, we do this strategy in the 4th round because enemies will have enormous amount of mental pressure onto the A site. And if you just send one of your, I don't know, initiators plus the sentinel to fake that site with their, you know, shock darts, recon darts and shit, you might sell that fake and the B set is going to be wide open, or there's only going to be one enemy there at that moment of time. And this is the best pattern of pushing on Icebox in ranked solo queue, especially in the lobbies between Iron 1 and Immortal 3. Now with Chamber, in the first round, if you're a solo sentinel, what you want to buy is a trademark, and the rest of the money you're investing into the headhunter. When you're pushing A site, your trademark always looks like this. It basically, enemies cannot pass it without destroying it. Yes, it is more visible, but the problem is, like, if you put any other trademark, such as this, it doesn't do shit. If you put a trademark here, it doesn't do shit. If you put a trademark here, it doesn't do shit, because enemies can easily smoke it off, pass it, and kill us through mid. But also enemies from B can just also kill us. This trademark here is okay, but if enemies actually do some kind of a shit like this, and they dodge it, we're also in a lot of problems. And finally, that's why this trademark is the best. Even if the enemies are destroying it, the trademark is doing its purpose, its job, and that is to give us the info if the enemies are actually behind us. And we simply push the A site in the same way that you would do with Omen, Jet, or any other character. We're going from the belt, pre-aiming the top position, waiting for our initiator's utility, or maybe for our teammates to pick some kind of a contact, clearing all of these angles one by one, trying to delete one enemy. If you don't get any fights with the enemies, we can simply, like, pick up the teleport, move in together with our teammates through the upper ground, and essentially support our teammates from the 410 generator. Same as with any other agent, you should be abusing the elevation of this bomb site as much as possible to support your allies, and you need to learn how to play around these specific positions. Like, your movement should be superb there. Now, if your teammates are scared to peek, you should never be scared to peek. Like, just pay attention to the proper crosshair placement. Like, don't let the enemy surprise you from some of these fucking off angles. Clear everything properly, one by one, one by one, one by one, move forward, like, fuck it. Now, if you do have the another Sentinel in your team, such as, I don't know, Cypher, or like Killjoy, which is even better, don't buy the trademark in the first round. Buy the Light Shield, Classic Pistol, and 4 bullets of the Headhunter. Why? Because, like, you're a fucking juggernaut, obviously. And anyways, like, you know, when you clear this area of the map and you get a fight, majority of other gunfights on the A side of like Icebox are gonna be like medium or close range gunfights. You know, if you pick this fight, okay, I mean, you still have 3 Headhunters. You can move through the belt and still delete the enemies. And then when you're pushing into sight, fuck it. Just take the Classic Pistol, medium range, medium range, medium range, close range. We still have like 2, 3, 4 Headhunter bullets. Now, what is always going to be very important on Icebox when you're pushing the A site is that you always path from the belt and let your stupid idiot teammates go from the short here. You should only go from this area of the map if you want to delete enemies that are very repetitive up here. Like enemy jet is playing there 24/7. Pre-aim her, get her out of the map. By the operator, if she's already there, get her out of the map. Otherwise, you always go from the belt and you're either dropping down here and supporting your teammates, clearing all of these angles one by one, clear the tower, and then move together with your allies. So you can go from the, I don't know, from the nest, try to pick the enemies, or you can simply just go through this area of the map, clear the angles one by one, contest the enemies, move together with your teammates. Also, the teleport is viable all the way up to the 410 generator, and we can just chill here, wait for our teammates to plant the spike, fight the enemies, we're still safe, we can get the fuck out. And if you're going from the belt, I almost always use the teleport on top of this box here. Why this teleport? Because it gives me wider range to play around here, I'm absolutely safe, and sometimes I even drop down. If I want to kill these enemies, I can still get up on the belt and support my teammates into the final push onto the A site. Now let's see, and obviously cross replacement is your absolutely top priority when you're pushing when you're pushing on the attacker side of Icebox. Like, we need to clear these angles carefully, one angle at a time, at a time, clearing all of these off angles, retarded positions. You know, be aware of this, and of course this angle here as well. Let's see what Honzis does. So we don't have a Sentinel in our team. That's why what we should do in this round is we need to buy a trademark. And he didn't buy the trademark. Like, you know, in the first round, we really need to have like a trademark for our anal cavity, because you don't know how enemies are gonna play the map. And I mean, right now we have the Omen recon drone in the spawn, which is good, but I mean bad, but still, like, you know, in the first round I would always prioritize the having the trademark and having some utility to cover my back, and that's it. Okay, listen, whenever you're pushing onto the belt here, always pre-aim this position. You just don't know. Maybe enemy Omen is gonna do an instant teleport from here. There, you are dead. Enemy jet will maybe use the ropes, get up here, kill you. Any enemy will maybe use the ropes, get up here, and kill you. So, whenever you're pushing through the belt, we pre-aim this position, and then we continue with the push.
Sorry. Come on, smoke.
I would never peek from the belt without recon utility and initiator's utility like this. Why do we have a chamber teleport if I'm just gonna swing from the belt into completely 50-50 gunfights without the teleport? Why would I do that? if I'm already playing chamber and I have a teleport, this is the initial position where you want to put the TP. Like, basically, you want to put a teleport here or here. And essentially, that's it. When you're basically executing the A side. And then you reset your teleport when we clear all of these initial angles. And that's it. Like, why would we pick this, dry pick this position? I definitely don't like how carelessly and with which type of a crosser placement you clear these angles. Like, you know, your crosser needs to be higher up here, following the top to bottom rule. What is top to bottom rule? I've explained in the previous videos. Then doing the peak on this angle, these angles, killing that guy, this guy, killing this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy right here. Like, what the fuck is this crosshair placement like that? I really don't like speaking about the crosshair placement at all during these VOD reviews. Like, I usually give players some kind of a training and that's it. But on Icebox, crosshair placement is really fucking important. And yeah, if you swing the belt without using your teleporter, obviously, this is the position where we want to keep it to play on top of the 410 generator. Here, we have the teleport activated all this way. Even if we drop down, we can try to contest the enemies here, and we are still back. And once again, we can use the ropes to play together with our teammates and connect with them. I would never in my life drop down, and this is the one-on-one mistake of the players that are basically playing on Icebox. If all of your teammates are going down, if 3 of your teammates are going down, 4 teammates, like, you cannot overstack this position right here, where you can easily get fucked by the enemy's utility. We're just bugging each other's out, like, just cluttering the choke point. You need to develop the balls and strength to essentially, like, take the ropes at the right moment of time and always support your teammates from top of the 410 generator. Like, be aware of this angle here. We can use this portion of the 410 generator as a cover to clear the right angles, and then we are slowly moving forward together with our teammates. On A side of Icebox, we have the sector number 1, sector number 2, sector number 3. You don't need to over-aggress at all. As your teammates are moving from sector 1 to sector 2, we use the ropes, support them from the 410 generator. As our teammates are moving from the sector 2 into sector 3 to fight the enemies, we once again can use the ropes or drop down and support our teammates at the backside. And that's how your pathing should look like. Bro, what the fuck are these smokes? Like, my head hurts, man. Like, no, just... This is like a platinum diamond elo. Like, this is a smoke. So we have this smoke, and this smoke. Brother. Like, if you have these type of controllers, at least tell the Omen. Omen, man, can I get a smoke here? Can I get a smoke here? Thank you. Like, you know, and the Brimstone can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, you know, if you want to do this smoke and this smoke, okay, God help us, but whatever. My guys smoked this. Jesus Christ. Why am I stuck in the platinum elo? Maybe because of this. Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, listen. After you finish this fight with the enemy claw, you saw that one enemy is also fighting your teammates around the screens. Fuck the flank. Fuck the lurk. You don't know how much your teammates are gonna over-aggress and what they're gonna do. Like right now, after this claw kill, we're instantly moving with our Brimstone that is carrying the spike at the backside, and your teammates are fighting 2 enemies. pick up the classic pistol or the ghost from the enemies here, support your teammates. Yes, one enemy can be behind us, and that's why we should have had a trademark for the back for at least some period of time. I mean, just remember that this trademark, you know, is not always going to be active. Like, once you pass, like, this location here is going to deactivate, and you can just pick it up, and that's it. Like, place it later again. But at least gives us, you know, some time to push all the way here without us having to worry about the enemies behind us. And if one teammate, second teammate, third teammates are fighting two enemies here, I don't give a fuck about my back. Because if all three of these teammates die and I get a kill on the enemy that is behind, I'm 1 versus 2 or maybe 2 versus 2 for absolutely no fucking reason. So, especially in the first round, you want to support these type of idiots. So instead of doing all of this, you should have supported your most aggressive teammates once again. And then, okay, we don't see a Sova at the backside. We don't see a Sova on the in the CT. Chances are 70-80% that Sova is actually behind us. And then we just turn our focus on the backs, and that's it. Now, as I said, if you win the first round of Icebox, on the attacker side, on A side, 3 rounds in a row, we push A. In the 4th round, we fake A, and we go B. The best pattern of pushing. Especially when the enemies are eco, halbye, and they have low economy. Fuck the mid, fuck the B side. From Iron 1 to Immortal 3, you don't need this area of the map. If enemies are eco and halbye, you don't want your teammates to die from some kind of a shorty here, Bucky here, maybe a sheriff peeking here. Your teammates are not peeking, you know, clearing this area of the map. Fuck this shit. I win the first round with Chamber. Okay. Outlaw. Light Shield. Trademark utility. Or Outlaw. Heavy Shield. Headhunters. We're going for the aggro peak from the belt. And we're getting some easy kills onto the enemies in this area of the map. Pushing in together with our teammates. And that's it. Okay, listen. If we're already pushing B side from the B long area of the map here, from this like green, before you swing, before you check that angle, jumps for the enemies, get the info. Not only because of yourself, but also because you're playing in a platinum, diamond, gold elo. Your teammates are just gonna swing like this. Maybe they're gonna swing like this. And they're not gonna have the info about potential enemies in this area of the map. Like, jump spot this angle. Aha, you saw one enemy there. Bop. Delete that enemy. One enemy is here. Bop. Delete that enemy. The only time I'll be going for these type of peaks is if the enemies are way too repetitive with their positioning. And essentially I can just pre-aim them, get them out of the map. You know, if one enemy is always playing there, like fuck it. Okay, I can just do an aggressive peek, swing, get that guy out of the map, and that's it. Also, I would never use my teleport to take this area of the map, unless enemies are fighting for it aggressively. I would always try to save my teleport to put it here, so I can aggress the enemies a bit more on the site, or maybe even plant the spike for my team, and then quickly get away. Like basically, you know, if you don't have a good reason to use the teleport in this area of the map, don't use it. Unless you see the enemies and you're gonna fight them. You know? Like, otherwise, your teleport, you should do somewhere in this area of the map. Maybe to get up on the top of the yellow, once you finish the fights with the enemies. Maybe we can just use a rendezvous here, and now we can also aggress the enemies a bit into the site, and we still have a teleport to fuck them up, get a kill, and get back. And that's it. Okay, he actually picked his teleport. I didn't see. Going here, like, on B set is a suicide. You know, planting the spike on B is a lot harder than planting the spike on A. Playing the postplant on the B side is a lot harder than playing a postplant on A side. As long as A set works for you on Icebox, keep going A. Literally. And maybe change your patterns just to fuck up with the enemies a bit if you notice that they are over-rotating a lot. No. You cannot tell me this is like Platinum Diamond Elo, man. I mean, I know it's not that high and, you know, like it's Platinum Diamond, whatever. But, brother, can we take a moment of time to appreciate these smokes? Just look at the minimap. Just take a look at the minimap. So basically, we have a Brimstone Smoke here, Brimstone Smoke here, Brimstone Smoke here, like this. Then we have the Omen Smoke here, and that is our smoke setup. Double controllers, by the way. Instead of having this, which is 10 times better, obviously, we have this. That's why you need to learn like what is a good, bad, and optimal smoke setup, so that you can actually tell your teammates to change it for you, because these smokes are gonna fuck you up tremendously this match. Like it's better to not have a single smoke instead of having this shit, brother. Good kill. Oh! Hello? Okay, now listen. This second fight that you took right now. Okay, so we revealed the claw. You don't need to fight this alone. Listen, your main priority in the second round, when you win the first round, yes, it is to win that round, but with the least amount of casualties possible. Here, I want to save this outlaw for the third bonus round to potentially fuck up the enemies. Because if enemies forced a bit in this second round, in this eco round, in the third round they're gonna have a light shields, easy fucking kills for you. Like, I would never risk my life in an anti-eco round for some pointless kills that mean nothing for me. The whole point of this round is to win it, save this gun, and have the absolutely highest chances of winning the third round as well. Because in the next round, you cannot buy anything. You'll need to run with a heavy shield headhunters and a trademark, essentially, if you want to play a full buy round in the fourth round, basically. So here, okay, Claw didn't kill us. Let's wait for the Reyna to peek together. We peek together, delete the enemy Claw. 4 of us stays alive. And essentially, we are building the proper economy, strong economy for the rest of the match. And also, we have the absolutely best gun for the third round as well. No, that aim punch kind of fucked you up there. Like that was well played from the Claw as well. Like she really nailed that headshot there. Bro, we lost 2 guns there, 3 guns in this round for no reason. But realistically, we lost 2 guns for absolutely no fucking reason. And look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the enemy's economy. 3 players in the enemy team are potentially gonna play without a heavy shield. 3 fucking easy kills on Icebox with the Outlaw. And you miss that opportunity because now you cannot force Outlaw. Maybe you can do it because I don't know what Reyna bought and how the fuck they have like 6,000 credits in this round. So maybe you can go for it if you think that Reyna is gonna drop you in the next round. But ultimately, the best choice right now is Heavy Shield, Trademark, 8 Headhunters. Especially because what we've noticed in the first 2 rounds is enemies like to lurk and flank. So starting from this round, we need to have a Trademark behind us 24/7.
Oh no, I'm getting spiked.
Yeah, that's gonna work, I guess.
I'm getting
Yeah, that's good, that's good. Okay, good, good, good.
Guys, I think, hi.
Listen, man. If we're already going from the belt with a chamber, you don't have a Sova, drone, dart, any real initiator on this map. We need to put that TP in front of us. Like, with a chamber, it's kind of the same as with the jet as well. Every single time when you die, without using your dash ability, it is the moment of time when you could have done something better. And same goes for the chamber as well. Every single time you die, and you had that teleport with yourself, and you peek the enemies without the teleport, it's something that you could have done better. Listen. Whenever you're clearing the angles from the belt, just repeat what I'm gonna showcase you right now. So, for this angle here, we follow top to bottom mechanical rule. And we clear these positions like this. If the enemies are down, we flick down and we try to kill them. Then, we place our crosshair on the headshot location because players love to play there for some fucking reason. Even though it's a very common spot these days. But we pre-place our crosshair for that. And we are flicking upwards if the enemy is there. Then, we're clearing the 410 generator and this angle. Then, this angle. Top of the 410 generator, because maybe one enemy is here. Pre-placing the crosshair down there. Checking that off angle. Top of the screens. And this off angle right here. Then we're checking the pipes, under the pipes, and moving in with our teammates.
Enemy spotted A.
I can do it.
Please, especially if you have this type of a smoke on top of the 410 generator, use the ropes, get in the smoke, and try to support your teammates from the top of the 410 generator. It is stupid that 4 of you guys are pushing through the left and right choke points on Icebox. You need to develop the confidence to do this play and a proper understanding, where you should look at each moment of time. So if I have this smoke, my teammates are pushing right, I'm gonna just try to get into the smoke as fast as possible, check the minimap, and I'll just be picking the fights that my teammates are fighting. I don't need to swing first, I can just play on my teammates' contact and then fight together. Or from this position I can take this cover, check the upper here, check these angles, and then focus on the screens once my teammates are doing this.
Just green. No
Spike,
backside.
take spike. Take spike.
Yes.
Brother, what is that Omen smoke? I just cannot believe, man. Like, this is why coaching is important in Valorant and, watching the guides, YouTube videos and shit. Okay, I'm not surprised anymore by our Brimstone smokes. Even though, in ranked solo queue, you don't need to be an IGL. You don't need to macro and micromanage your teammates 24/7. But when you see some kind of a shit like this, you know it's shit, bro. And you need to tell your teammates, hey guys, can we please get a better smokes and show them what to do for you. But Omen doing a smoke here on the attacker side when we have a trademark here. What the fuck am I watching, man? Brother, this match is gonna be
Just green. No
Spike,
backside.
take spike.
interesting. Also, another reason why you should play on the high ground is it's easier for you to spot the enemies, especially the enemies that your teammates are fighting at that moment of time, and we can effectively use our teleport. Because essentially, you know, as long as you're on the 410 generator, you have a TP to take a fight with the enemies, get away with the kill, or escape the gunfight if you need to.
Yes.
Why would you be here? And brother, also another thing, if your teammates give you these type of smokes, you need to be very careful, man. Like if I was in the enemy team, I would be abusing the shit out of these smokes to play inside of them and to destroy you. Like once these smokes, you know, disappear, check every corner, every angle, like top of the smoke, bottom of the smoke, 410 generator screen, like right now. But there is no way that one enemy is not inside of any of these smokes. Maybe, I don't know, like, but... This is gonna be interesting. Also, another tip I need to give you. Don't force yourself to play around your teleporter if there is something better for you to do. Yes, ultimately, playing around the TP range is good, but not always the best play. If your teammates are already gonna pick some kind of a fight, it's better for you to prepare yourself for that fight and fight together with them. Even if the TP is far away. If the teleporter already completed its job, essentially you cannot play around it anymore. Pick it up, reset it, and that's it. Same goes for the trademark as well. Now here, you know, two teammates are on top of the site, Reyna is stuck here, and Omen is like, I don't know what the fuck is Omen doing, to be honest. Now, I will be fighting with my Brimstone and Sky from this position here and trying to get a kill on the enemies on screen, enemies here, or enemies that are pushing the backside. I cannot play here alone because obviously, like, I'm just alone and my teammates are not gonna refrag me. But playing here, you know, like, we can hide from the enemies on belt like this, take a kill there, observe the belt a bit, take the kill on the screens, take a kill on that guy, etc, etc. Good kill. Good teleport, actually. Ay.
Standing.
Okay. Okay. I pre-assume that you didn't really want to jump down from this position here. I think this was an accident, you know, because jumping down here into open against enemies that are on site is not really the best idea ever. Like here, we want to see if we can pick some kind of a duel with the enemies there and there, finish that duel, drop down, and now we can actually fight the enemies that are on the site. Not bad for a bonus eco round, halberd round, but you're still missing that, you know, that thing like who should you prioritize playing with. I mean, here you need to play much deeper into the site in order to help your Brimstone and Sky. Would I hold a flank here? Absolutely not. I have a Reyna holding flank. An Omen that, I don't know how Omen didn't spot the claw, man. Like Omen just let the claw... I don't know how Omen and claw missed each other's, but who cares? Like, from just these first 3 rounds, you know that you have mentally ill teammates. You need to win the rounds yourself. You need to value your life a bit more. You know that you have a bad smokes. If they don't want to correct them, you need to be very careful when pushing into the sites. And that then we need to support our most aggressive allies. Listen here. The purpose of the trademark is never to hit the enemies. It is to reveal the enemies. Even if enemies destroy your trademark, without you being able to hit them with a trademark, with a trip, it's okay. to get the information. Information is the key when using the trademark. So when you're pushing the B site with chamber, your trademark should always be placed somewhere around here, like this. Yes, enemies can still smoke it and pass it. They can also smoke this trademark and pass it. It doesn't matter. Why we put it there? So that I can play around it, even if I'm behind the yellow, even if I'm on the bomb site. But if I put a trademark here, I cannot play around it if I'm around the yellow. And we lose that information, and you're forced to play instead of this circle. I mean, not forced, but, you know, it's... You kind of need to do it, to be honest. Also, in this round, it doesn't really make sense going B side. Enemies are once again half buy, they have a low buy, they have shit weapons, like, I mean, their economy is shit. Why are we pushing B and mid? On this map, if enemies are already giving you A set for free, just go A, literally. Just go A. And also what we are doing right now, we are creating that stupid A, B, C, D, E, F, G pattern of pushing. Like in the first round we went A, second round B, third round A. In this fourth round, I'm playing operator on B and deleting you idiots pushing the B side. I'm stacking it, to be honest. I don't understand what we're waiting for here. And also one more emphasis, like whenever you're pushing the... So, if you don't want to contest the enemies here, to kill them, like this, like always start your rounds when you're pushing the B side from the garage. Just go, run here, jump spot the enemies, clear this angle, jump spot the enemies again, path forward. We can use this TP to contest the enemies. You know, back yellow and here, it's fine. If you need to extend your push or enemies are not there, we can use this teleport to push at the back of the yellow, to take the yellow control. We can use this teleporter to plant the spike, get the fuck back, or maybe sneak up here into the smokes and try to surprise the enemies and get a kill. You know what? Maybe you should play Omen on Icebox, to be honest. Yourself. Like, literally, your teammates are sabotaging you right now. I mean, if they don't want to listen to you, there's nothing that you can do. But my guy, Omen, did a smoke here. This is a comedy show. This is a comedy show, brothers. Like, I've never seen anyone, like even when I was coaching bronze and silver players, I never saw anyone do this smoke in combination with this smoke here. Where? Like, where do you see these smoke setups? In which videos? In which Joel's? Probably Joel's coaching. Like, it's normal. And be very careful. Be very careful when your teammates are giving you such as bad smokes. You need to clear them. Or be aware that one enemy can be there. Like right now, if my Omen gave me this smoke, I'm pre-aiming that smoke. And I'm waiting to see if one enemy is gonna peek out. There is no way that I wouldn't be hiding here and killing you. Yes, one guy was in the smoke, and this game is just fucking funny. Like, Brimstone went down through the smoke and no-scoped the Reyna in the smoke. But you should have been the one observing a possibility that an enemy can be in that smoke. Whenever you get shit smokes from the teammates, ask yourself, how can the enemies use these smokes to fuck me up? Obviously one enemy is gonna hide there. I don't even need to see the match. I don't need to hindsight. I don't need, like, I know the guy is gonna be there. And you should as well. Like, this is terrible. I mean, not from your side, just like, what the fuck is that Omen smoke, brother? And then, obviously, our Brimstone gave the enemies a one-way so they can kill us from the CT.
No scope.
Lagging. Yo, oh my God.
Okay, good.
Hey, what up? Last one.
Look. No, I'm so sorry, guys.
Okay. No, I love that our Omen with a spike is at the bridge contesting the raise in a 1v1 fight. Listen, another tip. When you're playing with such teammates that don't give a fuck and that are just trolling and you know, they just are stupid, carry the spike yourself. Just carry the spike yourself. At least the spike is gonna be close to you if you want to pick the enemies in a fight, or basically like you know, entry. Drop the spike. You know, at the choke point. At least the spike is not gonna be all the way in the kitchen. You know, if you're pushing the B side, like okay, take the spike, clear everything, drop the spike here, and if you need to engage the enemies, okay. At the end of the day, the spike is still there, and the spike is not gonna be end up in the kitchen. Another thing, I mean, when you're playing chamber on B side, you can easily plant the spike like this. Your teammates are holding you, and you teleport away. Pushing in the A side, no problem. Don't give the spike to your Omen. We're pushing A, just drop the spike like, you know, drop the spike here, or it's gonna fall down, whatever. At least you have it with yourself. You know, pick it up later.
What the fuck?
Say, oh, you're so adorable.
Listen, one economy tip. Whenever you build up the ultimate with the chamber, drop the main gun from your hands to your teammates and use the ultimate in that round. You want to build up as many chamber ultimates in a specific half, essentially, to preserve your economy, your team's economy, etc, etc. So, basically, we use the chamber ultimate in the same way that you would use the jet ultimate as well. As soon as you build it up, use it in a round to win that round, play the ultimate, play the headhunter, maybe buy some secondary close range weapon if you need it, and that's it, like a shorty or stinger, I don't know. Essentially, like, the whole concept is you want to build up this op as many times as possible, and even on the attack and defense, especially on Icebox, this operator is going to be useful, and you should be able to get some picks and some kills. Like in this round, I would actually drop the gun to my Reyna that died in the previous round and use the operator as my main weapon. So our economy is well balanced. Okay, we talked about this round. Crosshair placement 0 points. Take the ropes, brother. Take the ropes, get on top of the site. Why the fuck are we fighting here? Why the fuck are you fighting around the Sage Slorps, Molotovs? Look at the smokes. Like, you're not able to support your teammates. If this Sage was smart, she just did a Slorb and then peeks you, you would have been dead. Instantly. You don't need to fight, like, especially if your teammates are not using the ropes to get up here. Be smarter than them. Like, this pathing, I would never do in my life. Only in the most extreme case scenarios, like when I really need to prioritize this pathing, or I already have like 2-3 teammates that are, you know, going above me, essentially. Listen, whenever you know that one enemy is behind you, never focus on that enemy that is flanking if your teammates are already fighting the fights on the actual bomb site. Basically here, I wouldn't give a shit about this claw until I finish the fights that my teammates are fighting on the site. Like here, going back to check on that, I mean, getting this claw kill is pointless if you're gonna be left in a 1v3 scenario. Here, much better idea would have been if you actually aggress the enemies, play with the Reyna, play with the Brimstone, support them, and then deal with the Claw later. Just keep at the back of your head, like, mind that, you know, Claw is behind us. She can kill me from the belt, you know, from the tower, etc., etc. Take the cover from the back, and then deal with the Claw a bit later.
Solo flank.
Last player
It
standing.
is, it is.
Actually, 2 enemies. So Sova is behind us as well. Now, in this 1v4 scenario, what information we have? We have info that 2 enemies are here, 1 enemy is behind us. Whenever enemies are this isolated and you're left alone, your main priority is killing this Sova before the rest of the enemy team connects with the Sova. Right now, you don't give a shit about the site. You don't want to find yourself here. In a pinch, we need to move out and hunt that Sova, unfortunately. And pre-aim at the belt.
Void.
This is fake.
It's not fake, bro. What the hell?
What the fuck, bro?
How should I fake this?
To be honest, in this round we can also just watch the flank. But considering how stupid your teammates are, we kinda need to play with them, unfortunately. Like, whenever you have teammates that are aggressive and bad, you need to play aggressive as well, and essentially support them. Whenever. Like, whenever your teammates are just pressing the W key and dying instantly, your main task is to bait the shit out of them and figure out a way to trade them. Right now, watching for... yeah, we're gonna get a kill. Definitely. I mean, we're gonna kill the... we're gonna kill the Sova, we're gonna kill the Claw, maybe, you know. We're gonna get a kill. But this kill doesn't mean anything if 4 of your teammates are already gonna die. You know, what would be a really good idea in this game is if we can tell our teammates to play default, to fake something, and then we get easy kills onto these enemies that are flanking and lurking. You know? Because enemies are always pushing behind you, and whenever you notice that enemies are like... this aggressive on a defender side, default, take some easy kills, and basically, like, then push something together. I cannot watch this VOD, man. Like, this VOD is a troll, to be honest. Like, let me showcase you the Brimstone smokes again. Alien balls. They call him a
No one backside.
triple ball.
No one backside. Double backside.
Listen, you know, these micro correction problems that you had here and reaction time problems, like, they should be fixed with the training that I gave you. It takes time, like, as I said, like, mechanical skill is the hardest to improve, and essentially, like, you might need like a few months to actually improve your mechanics. I would still not recommend you to do any other aim training routine except the one that I gave you, because we did see significant improvement in your mechanics and mechanical stats from the previous acts. Like, this is something we're not gonna speak about. What the fuck is this? War zone, man. A fucking battlefield, man.
Oh, push.
Good kill. And you see, this is the problem I was talking about. When you're pushing B side, you cannot put the trademark here. Because when you're playing around the yellow, it's deactivated. Whenever you're pushing B side, trademark needs to go here. So we have more range to play around it.
Hey, Cobb.
Now, one guy is behind us 100%. Maybe, I don't know, like, you know, but they love to flank and lurk.
120.
Remember just one tip. Whenever your teammates are aggressive, they want to fight the enemies 24/7. You don't have the time or the benefit to deal with the enemies that are flanking and lurking. You need to deal with them on the go. Or later. You know, here, yes, there is a chance that one enemy is behind you. But still, your highest priority is playing with a Sky and playing with your Reyna. Because, once again, if they die, this one kill means nothing.
120.
Also, another problem here is like, I don't know why you didn't use your teleport yet. I mean, especially now in this clutch scenario, that TP might be really important for us to take a pick here and TP away. That last round, like, to be honest, you kind of lost it. I mean, you missed so many bullets onto that raise. But, I mean, I already gave you the aim training routine, like, that you should be doing on a daily basis. But the problem is, like, I know you told me that you didn't play that much of a Valorant in the last act, so you played only like 35 hours. You know, 35 hours is nothing. Only God knows how much training you actually did beside those 35 hours. Valorant is a really grindy game. Like, you cannot really expect some, you know, fast results if you don't invest at least like, I don't know, 100 to 120 hours into the game in 2 months. But most of the people don't have that much time to actually play the game. So, we're focused on a long run. Respect for the confidence. I would have liked if you had this type of a confidence to get the fucking ropes and get on the 410 generator. But let's make a pact right now. You're never going to swing the belt like this anymore without the teleport being here. Deal.
Thanks for smoke. Oh, what is this smoke? Order entry. Down and out.
I'm planting.
Tell them. I don't know. Listen. Whenever you're playing a Sentinel, such as Cypher, Killjoy, Chamber, like, and your utility for the flank gets activated, tell your teammates that one guy is behind us. Because 90% of players in Valorant are fully tunnel visioned and autopiloting, especially if they're fighting the enemies. Like right now, I'm 80% confident that your teammates don't know that one enemy is behind you. That is another thing that you should communicate. Like, as I said, like in solo queue, you don't need to have some high level of communication, like literally most basic shit and simplify your gameplay. But especially in this platinum, diamond, gold lobby where, you know, players don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what type of a sound they're getting. We need to speak.
Maybe flank.
Maybe flank. Maybe flank, huh?
Open nest, open. Operator. Slay queen. Launching smoke. Jet, can you revive me, please?
To be honest, like, sometimes it is just better to not have a single controller than having these two guys in your game.
I know, it's what they
Listen, another tip that I'm gonna give you. If you can trust your teammates with a push and that they're gonna stay alive, then you can watch for enemies that are doing these type of flanks and punish them. But otherwise, it is not worth it. I mean, here, like, I truly believe if you just, you know, basically fake the A site, have this trademark, your teammates are not dying on the belt and here. If you just play here, wait for the trademark to be activated, easy 1 or 2 kills. Or maybe hold this angle, bop, 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 easy kills. But the problem is, in this game, our teammates are dying way too fast. We cannot trust them that much, so we cannot deal with this flank as our #1 priority.
Alone through mid, okay? Yeah, I know.
Wait, it's spike.
And please, like, from now on, if you're playing in such a fucked up lobbies, pick up the spike with yourself.
Guys, I think we forgot the spike.
Enemy spotted A.
Bro, he's
Spike
pushing. What
down,
the hell?
attacker
He's pushing.
spawn.
Sorry, guys. He's pushing. I can't do anything.
Fight, fight, fight. Listen, another thing that you need to do a bit better is you need to prepare yourself for the fights that you're gonna fight with your teammates. A lot of the times when your teammates are picking some kind of a fight, like, you're not ready to refrag them immediately. I mean here, if I already saw the Sova on the minimap there, I'll be holding this angle, pre-aiming the Sova. Reyna takes a duel. I'm swinging out, taking a kill. Enemies can also be mid.
Okay.
Good kill, bruh! Good kill, bro! Yes, sirski.
Anyways, maybe I can activate my black swipe.
Oh, Super Saiyajin, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Super Saiyajin solo leveling die.
Sage is on site, just to let you know, because I have wall hacks.
Once again, in this same situation, listen, if you already know that 2 enemies are on one site and 1 enemy is here, your main focus is isolating this guy as soon as possible and killing him before the rest of the enemy team connects with this guy. So right now we need to rush down the anal cavity of that Sova. Now turn the focus on A site. The enemies can be there! Behind you, bro! Oof.
Expecting the knife. He's going to push main. What will he do?
30 seconds
Expecting the
left.
knife even more.
Okay, listen. If you have the teleport available and you're going for this spike plant and you don't know if enemies are close to you or, you know, if they can peek you at any moment of time, use the TP here, start planting the spike. If you can commit, great. If you cannot commit, at least I have a tool to go back and now I can re-engage the enemies.
Curing H ADHD.
Planting right now here is very dangerous because we have no idea where the fuck is the enemy raised and enemy sage.
Planted.
One enemy remaining.
One enemy remaining.
And he's pushing kitchen. What will he do?
Teleport is ready.
Oh.
Cutting their vision.
Okay, Reyes can be behind us.
Inside.
In this 2v2, 2v1, whenever you have true numbers advantage, especially when you're 2 versus 1, your main priority is figuring out a way how you can cover majority of the angles together with your teammate and play with that guy. Right now, I don't want to play on site. Even though the spike is not planted for the CT, I cannot play on the site. I need to play in the CT together with the Reyna, and whatever this Simon does, I do that as well. Like, essentially, if this guy wanna go here, I need to follow him up and bait him and basically play with him. If this guy wants to sit here, watch the CT, okay, I'm just gonna watch the site from this angle and try to support the Reyna. But I cannot play on the site right now
Watch for main.
because look how stupid this positioning is. Like, we are exposed from the kitchen, from the mid, from the B main, and from the CT. Isolate some of these angles. At least if you are here, we just need to watch the site and watch the CT. Done. Like, what's the problem? Also, in this situation, what we could have done is just we play in the kitchen together. You know? Like, one guy looks here, one guy looks here. We play the proper refrag. Enemies defusing the spike, no problem. We walk up together, delete this idiot, that's it.
Holding mid.
On.
Holding mid.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Holding mid.
On.
Bro,
He's above you.
activate your eyes. Activate your eyes. What the
Oh.
hell? What the hell? Bro, what the hell?
That was close, man. Activate your eyes. Listen, man. If you already have this type of comms in your games, and your teammates are not telling you a single valuable piece of information, if your main focus is just to win this game, to get 20 rank rating, 25, mute them and play your own game. Like, if I was playing this match, I would be mega distracted by all of this nonsense that they are speaking about. Fuck that shit. Focus on the minimap, focus on your screen, focus on yourself. And here, I already said, like, you know, you cannot watch for the flank and lurk if your teammates are dying like this, and especially if they have an improper utility usage to clear the main areas of the maps. Like, you need to go first or second in, making sure that every angle is properly cleared, and that we're able to refrag our teammates at every moment of time.
Spike down B.
Who the fuck did this one-way smoke? What the fuck?
That will be much easier. Listen, another thing that you can do, you know, if first of all, if you already have a trademark here to watch for the flank, you think enemies are gonna flank you, hold this angle here, get a kill. Hold this position, once the enemies get triggered, swing, take a kill. Use a teleport, up here, get up on this angle, get a kill. Generally speaking, your trademark needs to be here. And then, we can use this tight angle, bop, easy kill. We can use this angle, easy kill. And it is even more effective now, because we can play here, enemies get triggered, we know they're close to us. Easy kill. And also, like, listen, with Chamber, when there is even like 10% of chance that you will pick some kind of a fight with the enemies, place the teleport. Use it. Every single time when you die, without using your teleport, here's the moment of time where you could have done something better. Now here, for example, after that kill, having a TP to reposition would have been such a good idea. You know, like, okay, I'm already engaging the enemies that are back yellow, and enemies are like on the site. Have this teleport. Okay, we kill the enemies. Reset. Try to kill the Reyna. Try to kill this guy. Support your teammate from above. That's it.
Bro, I think the Reyna has wall hacks or something.
Last player standing.
Where are you from, guys? Where are you from?
Spike down B.
From Espanol.
Espanol. Oh, Bella Italia.
This game is a comedy show. Do I value the TP too much? Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
You're saving it too much.
And now I'm smoking.
Feeling set.
Yeah.
Up, 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 up.
Oh, I died on
Spike down A.
I don't know if I would have dropped there from that position, from the 410 generator. Like, to be honest, what I would have done in this round, you know, I would have either fought from the top of the 410 generator, and if my teammates already have, if I already have a smoke for this, let's extend our push, get in the smoke, maybe isolate this fight, then we can get behind the enemies, maybe isolate that fight, and try to surprise the enemies. But this was not bad, like, more proactive and actually, like, you're there to support your teammates to some degree.
Last player standing.
Okay, raise shoot 18 here.
Above you? No?
Just one hit, Nice.
Trigger discipline.
Trigger discussion. Trigger discussion. Yeah. Nice shoot.
Don't panic, brother. Don't panic.
One is left. I have wall hacks.
Listen. Okay, now we're 1 versus 2. This round played out how it played out. Like, there's nothing really better that you could have done. Reset the trademark. Reset the teleport. Get ready for the post plant. Now, where we plant the spike is going to be really important. And when you're in a clash scenarios, 1v2, 1v3, 1v1 on Icebox on the B side, the best idea is to plant the spike for the CT. And just to play from the CT. Like right now, what I would have tried to do is essentially, because we have the time to do it, I would have planted the spike right here and then walk into the CT, and now I only have 2 angles to isolate. Like, the only thing I need to do is basically watch this, watch that, and that's it. If you play the spike anywhere else, or play anywhere else, there's too many opportunities that enemies can use to fuck you up and backstab you. Like, you don't see all of the angles within your screen. Another good idea is to basically plant the spike, you know, also in that position, and maybe take the ropes and get in the kitchen when you're like in the numbers disadvantage, because we can easily isolate the gunfights with the enemies in kitchen and maybe surprise them from this position, and if they don't check us, we can take a kill like this. Especially if you plant the spike here and enemies don't clear the CT, there's a huge chance that, you know, you're gonna surprise them and take some easy kills.
Yeah, please you trigger this position.
By doing this default plant, like, I mean, okay. I mean, depends where we play now. Like, going in the B main would be way too obvious. Once again, the best idea is to play around the top side and kitchen. They have a Sova drone, Sova recon dart, like... This is not gonna be fun, man. This is not gonna be fun. There is a drone.
Enemy remaining.
Right now, a really good idea would have been to use the trademark to pressure this Reyna. Like right now, I would just be jump spotting the spike, wasting as much as time possible from this Reyna, waiting for my TP to recharge and my trademark, and then I'll be using the trademark as a bait to pick the Reyna. Essentially just, you know, putting the TP here, putting the trademark in front of her, she shoots the trademark, bam, you go for the peek. Trademark, 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 trademark. Okay. You didn't win this round because you're good. You kind of won it because enemies are horrible. But still, ace is an ace.
Okay, now I'm telling you, I was
See an aid?
for like 3x. Then I quit this game and started 1 week ago.
Spike's here.
That's why I stopped.
Enemy spotted A. One down. Launching smoke.
What the hell?
We kind of talked about this in the previous rounds, no?
Gemma, you still have ult, bro. You have ult. Gemma, you have ult. Bro.
One enemy remaining.
He's better than you, bro. He's fucking 41. That's better than you, bro. He's better than
I don't know.
The hack.
Like in this type of games, like when your teammates are so bad on the attack, watching for this guy that is lurking and flanking is not really an option, man. Like, because your teammates might be dying so fast.
Vandals.
I love how the spike is just chilling somewhere every round here.
Now one Vandal is here.
Let me go alone here.
What is this skin? What is this skin right now?
Out of charges.
I'm teleporting in spawn instantly, just to let you know.
thought you
It's instant spawn in TP.
I mean, in this round, it's totally fine. You know, how you pick this A short area of the map, because enemies were never pushing you aggressively towards the A main. But still, you know, I would have first jump spotted this angle and then go for a swing and try to clear these positions. I mean, 99% of times it's just better for you to go from above and then from this position, you know, clear the corners, clear the angles one by one, check that position, and get up here, put the TP, get ready to fight the enemies.
Ah, they saw me, bro. They saw me. By the way, it's not my
Player standing.
Listen. In this round here, once again, you should have abused the upper ground to push into the site and to support your teammates. Like, one really huge problem for you on Icebox is you're not fighting together with your teammates at the right moment of time and in the right sector. Like here, for an example. Your Reyna is pushing forward. Why the fuck am I on the lower ground? You know? Reset yourself. Get up here. Use the ropes. Support your Reyna. Reyna is taking a fight with a raise. Bop, bop, bop. Move in. Your teammates are fighting at the backside. Support them. You're playing in the post plant. Play here. If your teammates are already not fighting for the backside. Check this angle. This angle. Maybe play on top of the nest. Try to get this kill. Try to outmaneuver the enemies. With the ropes like...
Ah, they saw me, bro. They saw me. By the way, it's not my
Player standing.
Overall, like, mega
Shut up.
interesting VOD for a review. But literally, this game is just one of those where, you know, you're not gonna get these type of games like 24/7. I think you have a bit better idea what you can do on the attacker side with Chamber and what you can actually fix and make it better. Especially when it comes to your crosshair placement, pathing with your teammates, using the TP in a bit more effective way, and the trademarks need to be fixed as well. And also when you're holding for the flanks, just use the angles that have showcased you. But this match was like, you know, one of those games, you know, one of those games. Okay, now we have defender side of Icebox with Chamber. So, first of all, on a defender side, obviously A site is your #1 priority default bomb site, #2 priority B site, #3 priority mid area of the map. In the first round, we always play A site, and with Chamber, if you're the only sentinel in your team, you need to purchase the trademark, and this trademark, instead of the kitchen, you want to have 24/7. It is really important, if you're a solo sentinel on your team, on a defender side, that this trademark is sitting here 24/7, and we are just adjusting this trademark based on which bomb set we play. If we play B site, we can put the trademark a bit closer to site, so we have a wider range to play on the actual site. If we're playing A site, we can do the trademark like this, so we have more space to play on the A site. In the first round, we drop the trademark there, and then you can buy a ghost, you can buy headhunters. It's really up to you what you play. I personally go for the headhunters, and this is the strategy that I do. So in the first round, what I do is I put a teleport right here, and we're playing a baiting strategy. Not really baiting our teammates, but we're trying to surprise the enemies. Essentially, we play fully hidden on A tower, hiding behind this cover, and we are trying to pick the right moment of time to delete one enemy from his existence. So basically, what you're looking for is you maybe want to surprise an enemy that is taking the ropes, delete him, go back. If enemies are here or here, that is also the good moment of time to surprise the enemies and kill them, because when the enemies are in this open area of the map and this here, they don't really have a benefit to place their crosshair for the tower. And if you didn't showcase yourself to the enemies until they reach this and this position, chances are really low that enemies are going to check you up there. Also, I mean, if your teammates are fighting the enemies on belt, we can go for the surprise peek, try to get a kill, TP away, and then we continue supporting our allies or playing a retake. The main point on a defender side, when you're playing the first round, is not to defend the bomb site. You cannot stop 5-man enemies pushing the first round, especially if there's only 1 or 2 of you guys on the site. Your main point of the first round is creating a numbers advantage and playing retake based on that specific numbers advantage. So that is why we're using cheesy strategies and cheesy setups to essentially surprise the enemies, get one easy kill, and get the fuck out. Now, if you're a secondary sentinel in your team, like you have a Cypher, you have a Killjoy, you have somebody that can get the information for you on mid and in the kitchen, then that is the only moment of time when you're placing your trademarks basically for the A site and trademarks for the B site. Otherwise, if you're a solo sentinel on Icebox, you really need to keep this trademark here, here, or here, depending, you know, which bomb site you're playing. You want to extend the range where the trademark is activated as much as you can. And, I mean, if this strategy works for me in Radiant lobbies, I don't see a reason why it's not going to work for you. If enemies are pushing B site, okay, we just rotate through the CT as fast as possible, and we are playing the retake of the B site with the teleport and our teammates. Let's see what's going to happen for Honzis. Playing B in the first round. Okay. Okay. Good off angle. We have a teleport to reposition. Nothing to shit about. Enemies had a terrible utility usage. Good kills. Muy bien. Now, the only thing I would change here, how he played the, you know, how he plays his teleport. I would definitely place this teleport closer to this wall. Yes, it's gonna cut off some area of the map where I can play, but I don't know, like if enemies are dashing into me, you know, teleporting and satcheling, they can maybe catch you, you know, here without your gun in your hands. But, I mean, it's okay. Like, whatever. Like, solid setup. We can play here. Raze was an easy kill. Second kill was maybe too much. But okay, we got a second kill. Now, after these 2 kills, you shift your mindset from I want to make a numbers advantage for my team and risk my life to kill the enemies, to the mindset where I want to stay fucking alive and control the outcome of this round that I won for my teammates. Right now, there's no, even though you have a teleport available, there's no reason for you to risk any more fights with the enemies. Just TP away, reset your teleport, play with your teammates. This death might cost us this round. Generally speaking, in Valorant, like as soon as you abuse a specific angle, off angle, to fight or kill a few enemies, you should instantly be repositioning yourself to another angle to basically surprise the enemy team. Like, why would I stay here if the enemies already know my location? My job is done. Like in Valorant, like you have a certain checklist that you need to complete, and after that checklist, you clock out and you just play with your teammates. Our checklist is done. We created a true numbers advantage, 5 versus 3. We can just fall back, and play together with our allies. Even if the enemy is playing the spike on B, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? The round is over. Here, TP away, go all the way into the CT. We can hold this with a headhunter, maybe get one more kill. Hey guys, enemies are pushing B side. Wait for our teammates to rotate and play together. And listen, if you already want to play here, just put your trademark like this. And now, you see, you have more range to play around that trademark. You can play here. Trademark is still active. Active. Bop, bop. Still active. Active. Like you were here, and you place this trademark here. When you're playing B side, trademark cannot be placed like this. It needs to be placed more towards the actual site. This death might cost us this round. Brother, like, listen. Every fight that you don't need to fight, you should not fight. There is no reason to push it. Like, if you already got such an amazing 2 kills, your job is over. You tuck yourself in, trade your teammates, win the round. Every round where you're not alive is the round that you don't control. There are some fights that you need to fight. Some fights that you cannot escape. But after such a great 2 kills, dying in such a stupid way. What the fuck?
Yes,
Now, since we lost this first round, I mean, like, I usually play the first 2 rounds on A, and then from the 3rd round, I'm trying to predict the enemies based on their pattern of pushing and their economy as well. In this round, I will definitely play Asa because, I mean, it makes more sense for the enemies to push B, but to push A with a full buy weapons. And in this round, I mean, we're playing Chamber. We can just buy all of the headhunters. You know, like, here we can buy... Well, we can also do this shorty play. Why not? Just when you're doing this shorty play with the Chamber, you want to position your teleport behind the yellow box here. Or you want to position your teleport here. So, we're playing with a shorty, classic pistol, and we buy a few headhunters. Enemies are pushing in. Bop, bop, we take an easy kill. We still have a headhunter to maybe go for a few more kills. And, you know, in eco rounds, in halberd rounds, your job is not really to stay alive. Your job is to get as many kills as possible so that your teammates have higher chances of winning that round. And we need to abuse those cheesy strategies. Also, one really good strat on Icebox, on B side, when enemies are not using a proper recon utility and flashes to clear the B main area of the map. Put your teleport here and just go for the aggro peek like this. We kill one enemy, we go back, and then we play together with our allies. This can be interesting. This might work. Because Sova didn't drone last time. They don't have an arrow. This teleport that he has is not good because, like, I mean, brother, you're literally gonna teleport in the, you know, in front of the enemies. Like, after you take a kill, you're not really hiding anywhere. And after that kill, we should have teleported away. You know. I mean, you already placed your teleport, but to be honest, the TP position was bad. Like, essentially, if you want to do this shorty play, you need to, like, put the teleport behind the yellow. And then you go for the play and for the swing. Otherwise, it's... You know, where the fuck are we gonna teleport? After we take this kill. We do this, bop. One guy out. And maybe we take a few more kills. One of my favorite plays, like in eco rounds and generally, when I cannot play passively on the B side with Chamber, is doing this teleport and just going for this aggressive peek. Especially when the Viper wall is doing a wall here, I can just tuck all the way here, risk it a bit more, maybe take a kill, and that's it. Not bad idea, just the TP placement was, you know, bad. And after getting a kill, like, we should have just teleported away, and if you survive, we survive. If you don't survive, like, it's still better than engaging enemies with 0 bullets in the shorty. Listen, you, like, when you put in the trademark for the kitchen, like, this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. But putting the trademark here is not okay. Why? Because one enemy can lurk through the window and do this. I don't have the information in the kitchen. What the fuck? Like, trademark cannot be there behind that corner. The whole purpose of the trademark is not to hit the enemies, but to give me the valid information whether or not enemies can be somewhere. Even if the enemies destroy the trademark, who cares? At least, like, we know that enemies are there. The previous TP setup that I've showcased you is much better than what you're doing right now. Okay, now we can instantly go away. Like, listen. As soon as you notice in the first 2 or 3 rounds, like, the general playstyle of the enemies, that's the only information that you have. So, from the first 2 rounds, we can tell that enemies are playing together. They're pushing without a proper recon utility from the SOA. Here, fuck it. Especially in bonus rounds and in anti-bonus, anti-halba and anti-eco rounds, fuck the map control. Just play together with your allies, try to support them, and that's it. Here, we should not go for the lurk and flank, because we don't know if one of the enemies is waiting for us. We have a better economy than enemies, we don't need to risk it at all. I would already be out and just, you know, fuck it, like.
Spike down B.
If the enemies are pushing B, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Why? We have better guns, better economy, like, we can just win this round 5v5. Now, after taking that kill, your main purpose is just staying alive. So here, I would even tuck myself all the way into this corner, watch under the tube, and wait for my teammates to rotate. My job is done. I create a small numbers advantage, delay the enemies push a bit, they wasted a few abilities to push me back. Now we can just play retake together. Right? And we have a Sky to heal us. We have a Sky to heal us. We have a Sky. Sky to heal us. Sky heals. Heal! Love the paranoia. Teleport?
Reloading. One enemy remaining.
Okay. Sage is last alive. She's B main. Sage is B main. I don't know what you're watching here. Hello? Am I missing something? Is she actually mid? Maybe she rotated, actually. Okay, we have a kitchen control, like...
30 seconds left.
Listen, man. How the fuck are you holding this angle? I mean, it's okay if you're holding this angle in this way, if you're just holding it to get the information. But place your crosshair properly and go in and out, in and out, in and out. Don't do a micro movement like this. Do wider peaks. I mean, just wider silent step. This is the proper way to jiggle hold an angle. This doesn't do shit, like, basically, it's just better for you to hold that. At the end of the day, right now, it would have been better for you to just hold a tight pixel angle. You maybe get a kill, maybe not, but you get 100% information, whether or not the Sage is there, and then you can just fight together with your teammates. pay attention more on your crosshair placement, like it is all over the place still. Like, you know, use the lines on the walls, use the boxes, use everything, like, for a better crosshair placement. Like here, for an example, this is the hash location of the enemies. How do we know? Based on this box right here. Here, hash location of the enemies is where? On the bottom of this shit. So, we use that line to place our crosshair there. If they're crouch peeking us, fuck it, you know, we just position our crosshair, you know, flick down and kill that enemy. Like, I mean, you cannot really predict a crouch peek. Okay. I would actually advise you to, like, don't do these aggressive plays early in the match on a defender's side. Try to fuck up the enemies with passive setups first, and by abusing off angles. And especially if the enemies are eco or halbay on the attacker's side, you don't need to aggress the enemies. Just play passively. Try to abuse some off angles, tight angles, TP setups, playing on top of the yellow shit like that. And only in the future rounds, like once you see how the enemies are playing, what type of patterns they have, like if you notice that this aggression is necessary or it can be good, do it. Especially doing this aggro play alone is a huge risk, you know, like no one is able to hold like this peek and this push from you. You might get double P by the enemies and then you're gonna TP in the corner and you're in a really fucked up position. Also here, like, you can have much better, you know, pathing and angle clearing. Like, if I'm pathing here, okay, I have this teleport, my crosshair is there, then I need to jiggle pick this corner, check this angle, check this position, and it can be here as well. Maybe one guy is holding you like this. Check that angle. And then we move forward and go for the flank and lurk. If your teammates are stopping the enemy's push on A, we don't need to overextend. We can just camp here and maybe surprise the enemies when they're coming back. If our teammates are getting fucked and enemies are pushing in, then we proceed. Okay, our teammates are getting fucked. Enemies are not falling back. We need to check mid. Left side. Left side. Yeah. One enemy can be under the... Oh, okay. They saw us. Right peek. Okay. Now, when the enemies revealed your location, your lurk and flank is over. Like right now, going for some kills is way too dangerous and not worth it at all. In this type of a scenario, it is much more important for you to keep your location a secret because you already applied enormous amount of pressure onto the enemies. Like if enemies want to rotate right now from A to B, they need to be mega careful and their rotation is going to be significantly slower. Also, your team has made a numbers advantage. Do you need to fight? No. Right now, what we can do, we can just cut off the enemy's rotation and see if they're gonna go back. We can play here, holding a tight pixel angle, as tight as your reaction time allows you. Maybe we get one kill here. Okay. Enemies are going back to B. We can hold the window to see if one of the enemies is maybe gonna lurk to mid. If enemies plant the spike on B, nobody cares. We play our retake. But now here, like, you know, Reina can swing you with a leer. Two enemies can push you together. Like, whenever your flank and lurk gets compromised, and you cannot really connect with your teammates or make the sandwich out of the enemies, it's not worth it anymore. Abandon the mission. Like this fight, you didn't need to take. Okay, we got magically somehow this kill. I'm not gonna talk about your mechanics because you're still doing the training. Now, your job is mega done. Like, done. You clock out. You're not paid for more than this. You're simply not paid. Keep applying the pressure. Hold the enemy's rotation or simply rotate from mid to A and play with your teammates. Keep yourself safe. Win this round in the easiest way possible.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Peek, oh man.
Here. Teleport's ready.
You're doing way too much job that you're not paid for. You're not paid for this shit. Actually, you're not paid at all to play Valorant. You make a true numbers advantage. Reconnect with your teammates through the safest route possible. Value your life, or simply hold the enemy's rotation by using some tight pixel angle, and that's it. You're not paid for this shit. Remember this. That was such an unnecessary engagement, an unnecessary duel, that is maybe gonna lose us this whole match. This round, definitely. I mean, your teammates are, especially like when you notice that your teammates are giving up, they don't want to play the game, they are out of piloting, they don't give a shit. That is a moment of time where you need to give a lot of the shits. You know? And you need to be playing mega carefully. And you need to respect your life more than anything else. Like, yes, you should still do everything that is necessary for you to do in a specific round, but some duels you don't need to take in Valorant. And you should not take them. Listen, like, this TP position here is kind of terrible since we're playing the ultimate, you know. With the ultimate, I want to play long-range angles, off angles. I want to have some good escape routes. If I was already going for this peak, I'll just put the teleport like, you know, like this, here. And simply, you know, hold this angle, peek this guy here, TP away to the safety, and that's it. Anyways, enemies are not even using the mid area of the map to flank and to lurk. Like, enemies always push through the B-main and A-main. Mostly. Done. This off angle here, you can play in 3 different ways. First way how we can play this is with a teleport behind the yellow or close to the site, and then just, you know, swing the enemies and hold it like this. Second way, we can hold this edge right here, only contesting the enemies there, and then peeking the enemies there and taking a kill. Third way how we can play this off angle, we play the bottom here, dodging the enemy Sova drone, and then when the Sova is right about to scout you, you surprise the enemies with a peek and take a kill. Now, one dangerous thing here is, like, if the dog is going forward, we need to take the right angle as soon as possible. How are we... Listen, if you cannot predict the enemies on Icebox, and your teammates are bad, gamble on the A site. Always. Like, playing the retake of A site on Icebox is hell of a time compared to the B site. B site is kind of cleaner. You know, we have only the box in the middle of the B main, and it's easier to clear it, like, to regain the site control. If some of your teammates are alive, obviously. But playing the retake of A site is always hell of a time. They can plan the spike for the belt. They can play so many different vertical, horizontal positions, I don't have a fucking idea. Where are the enemies? Like, always gamble on the A site if you're just doing a 50-50 gamble. And play B when you have a good idea, or based on the enemy's pattern, that they're gonna go B. By using the AB rule, rule of fear, etc, etc. But what to do when idiotic teammates play for A site almost every round? Gamble. I mean, ask yourself, like, if 4 of my teammates are not able to defend the A site right now, and I'm just playing a 1 versus 5, 1 versus X retake, how does that make sense for me to do? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm losing the match because 4 of my teammates are not able to defend the A site. At the end of the day, even if you stack the A site, you have 2 benefits. You're in the control of the round if the enemies are pushing A, and we might surprise the enemies. And the second benefit is At least I'm playing a 5 versus 5 retake on the B side. And I'm not playing a 1 versus X retake. Especially in these lower lobbies, you even need to gamble a lot more. Like, you know, even if 4 of your teammates are playing some side, but if they're not able to defend it, or they're not, or you think enemies are gonna go there, you have like 80% read, play on that side. Do you hear these guys? They are mentally broken, bro. They're done.
Spike planted.
And also one more advice. Never go for the lurks and flanks if your teammates are already dying so fast on the bomb site that your lurk and flank doesn't even matter anymore. The only time when you can go for the lurks and flanks for these type of plays is when your teammates are capable of staying alive long enough for that lurk and flank to work. If you notice in the first 3 to 4 to 5 rounds that your teammates are just instantly dying, prioritize the fastest and the safest route possible to connect with your teammates as soon as possible and play with them. Nice kill. Teleport?
Last player standing.
Ah, it doesn't matter. But here, like, you definitely should have used the teleport, like, obviously. Now, if I was going for this retake through the belt, I would never use the teleport, like, on top of the box. Because we don't know if one enemy is here, there, like, we don't have the real information about the enemies. But, doing this TP here, okay. Now I can swing out, you know, I kill the claw. Okay, now I'm 1 versus 2. Maybe I can find a few more picks and maybe win this round. Okay, let me see this play. Good off angle, a good position. Good setup. Good setup. Good setup. Good setup. I just don't understand, like, sometimes when you're holding these off angles and positions, like, you're moving a lot. Fuck it. Like when I'm holding these positions, like, what am I only focusing on? The very first fucking pixel that I see on the edge of this corner. I'm not looking at my crosshair. I don't care about my keyboard. If I already have this TP setup right here, like, my only focus is the peak of the enemies. Like, I'm basically ADSing here always, because you're not gonna stay here for a full spray. When you're holding, like, angles with a Chambers teleport, you can always hold them with the ADS kinda, because your main job is to, you know, do 2 to 3 bullets and then TP away. You don't want to commit to the fights. And essentially, my eyes are here at the edge of the angle. As soon as I see the first pixel, I'm firing the shots, taking the kill, getting the fuck away. I don't know why you're doing this movement. Does it even matter for you if you play here or here? It literally doesn't matter. Like, whatever, it's still an off angle, good off angle. Like, when people are clearing the mid, they usually clear these positions, you know? So yeah, it's even better if you position, like, when you're holding this, to position like this, below this spot. Why? Because when I'm clearing mid, I usually clear it like clearing the window, clearing these spots, and then I put my crosshair up there. So playing this spot on the second pipe is even better off angle than playing this position. Because here there is no verticality that enemies should clear. You know, they just clear the window, clear here, and then pop. They need to go up. Play there. Now listen, you're not playing Killjoy. If enemies have the mid control, this area of the map is a big no-no. If they can be in the tube. Fuck it. You know, play a bit more passively. And maybe go rotate to the kitchen and try to see if they're gonna go through the kitchen. Because right now, your sky is under a lot of pressure. When your teammate is alone on the B site, and enemies have the mid control and, you know, bottom mid control and tube, just support that guy instead of your teammates on A.
B steps.
She is gonna get fucked. Okay. Check it. Okay.
Spike planted.
He's hacking, man.
Teleport's ready.
You should have rotated here towards the B set long time ago. Because it was obvious that enemies are gonna hit B. I mean, like, these guys are not really some super high level tacticians. And now, listen here. There are some rounds in Valorant that you simply can't win. You know, even if you're tens, even if you're God. Okay, maybe if you're God, like, you have the power to win them. But 2 versus 4 now. Against the Sage with the ultimate. Claw with the ultimate. We have bad economy. Save the gun. Like, one thing that Valorant players are not doing enough. Not saving their economy for the future rounds. Like, this round, you need to pull it out of your anal cavity so deep. Like, your fingers are gonna smell for the next, like, 2 weeks. So, essentially, it's okay, absolutely, to save here and just call it a quit. Anyways, our Sky is playing with the Sheriff. She can pick the gun from our dead teammates. And then we have a lot of money to buy in the next round for our allies, and we are playing another full buy. How you're swinging these angles and these corners with movement and crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is by far your biggest enemy. By far. Like, but it is so simple to fix it. You know, for 3 weeks, just pay attention on proper crosshair placement verticality. In deathmatch, develop the crosshair placement lineups as well. Like, okay, if I'm peeking this angle here, where do we place our crosshair? On the line of this box. Approximately that is the head height of the enemies there as well. And we can just, you know, peek the angle. Look at this. Look at this.
Last player standing.
Okay.
Serious
My
face
ult's
one.
not ready. Sigma mode. My ult's not ready.
Now listen, as soon as the enemies develop this AB pattern of pushing, like in the previous round, the enemies went A, second round B. In this third round, I would gamble on the A site. Not only because they're following the AB pattern, but also like A site is our default bomb site and bomb site of the higher priority.
Scout destroyed.
When it comes to this teleport setup, I showcase you like there's just a better TP setup and that's it. Like, you know, here, put a teleport at the box, just shit on the enemies and that's it. Like, I mean, you can mix it up. You know, we can do one time this teleport, then this teleport holding this tight pixel angle. Then we can also do a TP here. If you want to play like around this area of the map, TP here if you want to play behind the boxes there to surprise the enemies. Like, don't stick only to one shit. How did that miss? How did that miss, brothers? Listen, if the enemy claw does the ultimate, run for your life or hold a really good off angle to kill that claw. Claw is under pressure. That agent needs to push you in order to stay alive. You don't need to hold this angle at all. Just hide behind it. Hide behind yellow. You know? And wait for Claw to pick you like an imbecile. Because Claw needs to just, you know, she doesn't have time to clear the angle. She needs to do this. Do this. You can hide maybe behind the yellow. Wait to see where the Claw is gonna go. Outmaneuver the Claw. Surprise her with a peek. And take an easy kill. This guy, he cannot really walk right now and clear every single angle properly. No time for that. And once again, you're trying to fight some fights that you don't need to fight. Brother, you need to have some priorities. Like, no reason to fight that first. You don't need to be the first contact with the enemies. Like, 3 of your teammates are here, here, and here. Wait for them to get a contact, and then, bop, surprise the enemies, get kills, stay alive, control the fucking outcome of the round. You're not playing in Radiant Elo. You're playing in a Platinum 1 Elo where you can get teammates from boosted bonobos, gorillas in their jungle, Smurfs, players that bought their accounts from Iron to Platinum. Like, you just don't know with who the fuck you're playing here. In Radiant, I can trust my teammates. I can go maybe for a swing first and they're gonna trade me and do the good job. But you know, all of the Elos below Radiant, like below Immortal 3, 200 rank rating. You just need to value your life a bit more. Play a bit more reserved. I don't say that you should bait the shit out of your teammates, but after you make a true numbers advantage, like, play a bit smarter. Control the outcome of your rounds. Don't pray to God to win them, you know. In this round here as well, I'll play the A side definitely. Because not only that enemies went A, mid, B, but also they lost the round on both mid and B side. Now the chances that enemies are gonna go A is above 80%. Obviously, this gambling game that I'm teaching you is not always gonna work. It's gonna work like 60 to 80% of times. But if something is proven to work 60 to 80% of times, it is still better than doing a 50-50 gamble.
You will not kill my allies.
Hey.
Okay. I don't know why in this round you didn't put your trademark, but just one more time, like, if you're playing Chamber as a solo sentinel on this map, you always need to have a trademark for the kitchen, like 24/7. And also, when you're passing through this tube area of the map, I mean, you don't really see this angle for an example. Like, if I'm passing under the tube, my crosshair is consistently placed towards this angle until I completely pass it. Maybe one enemy is hiding here. You start running from this position to this position. He peeks you out, you're dead. You're not ready to fight.
That works.
There's a vandal on my body chain. Chamber.
Teleport's ready.
Okay, they're going back. Now, one really fucked up shit here is that we don't have information in the kitchen and tube, and enemies can fuck us up from so many different angles and positions.
Spike planted.
One rule that you should always follow in Valorant is if you lose the timing onto some angle, or you're doing a rotation from location A to location B, pre-assume that enemies can be anywhere and everywhere. Check the mid, check every corner, every angle, every, feel paranoid. Feel free to be paranoid. Now, in this, 3 versus 4 scenario, personally, I don't know if I would play with this Brimstone. Because now we need to regain a bit of the map control. And if you just go through the kitchen together, we're exposed from so many different angles. In this type of situation, when I'm in numbers at disadvantage, I don't really value team play that much. Unless enemies are like Eco or Halbai. Here, I would actually go CT to take some map control, apply some pressure, and maybe my Brimstone is gonna have an easier time pushing from the kitchen. here also, like, I mean, if you already decided to go, you know, through the kitchen with your brimstone, we needed to check this angle, to check these positions, you know, the box there, then check the inside of the tube, and then we can actually move forward. Take your time.
Bro, how?
Launching smoke.
Okay, save it only time. Bad trademark. We talked about it. Whenever you're rotating through this area of the map on Icebox, through the city, always place your crosshair in the window. If you don't have a killjoy, turret for the window or the sage wall instead of the tube.
Enemy spotted A.
Good kill, good refrag. Good kill, good kill.
Spike down A.
Good teleport.
What is it? How? Where was he?
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Listen, one mega big tip when you're playing chamber. Don't force yourself to always play in the range of your tripwire and teleport. Like, if there is a better play for you to do, or you need to do some play or to hold some angle for your teammates, do that instead. It's totally fine. Like, you don't need to, like, I feel that a lot of the chamber players that I coach, you guys are like fully anchored around the circles on the map. That's a, you know, downside of playing this agent. But still, like, you have a Vandal in your hands, heavy shield. If there is a better thing for you to do that better thing. Instead of forcing yourself to play inside of the actual circle.
You can just watch the spike. He's not gonna get it. Oh no, he's further down.
Another thing that you need to improve. You need to improve your mindset when you have a teleport. Your teleport is a tool to get an incremental gunfight with the enemies and to escape. After you fire 1 bullet, 2 bullets, maximum 3 bullets, you always teleport away from that fight. If the fight already lasted for more than 2 bullets, basically 3 bullets, get the fuck out. Same goes for the Jet's dash ability. You fire 1 headhunter, 1 burst fire, 1 operator shot, 1 outlaw shot, get the fuck out. Reset yourself for the next fight and try to fight better in the second fight. You will apply some damage onto the enemies. The second fight is going to be easier anyways. Right now, the enemy Raze is under pressure. She doesn't have a spike. Number 1. Number 2, like, she needs to plant the spike. Number 3, we have a TP. We got the information. It was okay that you played this exposed, because you see every angle within your screen where she can come from, and even if she peeks you like from this angle or this angle, you could have just teleported away instantly and you get the information. But here, committing to this fight, as much as you did, fuck it. If you're not ready, especially if you're not ready for a fight, it is never worth it trying to flick and to kill that enemy and commit to the fight. If you already have teleport available around yourself. Listen, if you're not playing deep, if you're not playing deep on top of the yellow box here, put this teleport like this. So if you want to play in this area of the map. Why? Because you just teleport further away, and you have higher chances of escaping the enemies. If they're maybe rushing you with the dash ability, 2 satchels, teleport, and shit. Especially Neon. When the Neon starts hunting you on the on the icebox, you'll see why this is important.
Wait, guys, you need to smoke more. With a fucking. Whoever's carrying it. Sorry, guys.
Our job is done. Let's chill a bit. Breathe. Now, our Omen and Brimstone are fighting the Sova. Sage is in B main. Who do we support? Who do we play with? Question for $1 million.
Hey, bro, kill him, Brimstone, man.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, okay. Very good that you're playing A set right now in mid. Also, on Icebox, you can feel free to start, you know, around the tube and around the mid area of the map as well, 24/7. Why? Because, like, you can do faster rotations between A set and B set. Especially if you know, if your teammates are so shit that they're not able to defend anything. If your guesses are incorrect, okay, start at mid, hold the mid, and then rotate fast and help your teammates on the site. It's totally fine. When you're going for this play, you need to be mega fast. Why? Because, like, you know, the only time when the enemies are not gonna hear your drop is when you're instantly dropping down like this. If you lose 1 second of time, there's a chance that enemies are gonna come all the way up here and they can hear your drop and they're gonna be ready for this fight.
Smoke, Brimstone.
And this off angle here, I told you how to hold it. Also, your crosshair is way too close to the angle. We never place our crosshair inside of the wall. We always we are always predicting how enemies are gonna peek us. Slow peek, jiggle peek, jump spot, and that's how we place our crosshair. Like, my crosshair should be somewhere here. And I don't know what you're holding here right now. Open up the sky! Okay, but Brimstone is going into a full aggressive gorilla mode. Support the Brimstone. Your Sky, I know what you're doing right now. You're afraid about the Sova that is lurking and flanking every round. But your Sky already got the Sova. And we have the full kitchen control with a tripwire. Trademark. Okay. We need to trust the Sky here. Why? Because Brimstone is definitely gonna pick some stupid fight right now. At least he could've. Let's check the mid. Let's play with Arena, okay. Check the angles, check the angles. Yes, sir. We didn't really check all of the angles properly, but... yeah. Interesting rotation. That Sage is mad, bro. What's the problem here? Positioning, repositioning. Like, in a game of Valorant, what I want to achieve on a defender's side is I want to fight the enemies during the round from as many different off angles and common angles as possible. And after every fight you take, after every kill you take, hold some different angle. Or hold that same angle in a different way, essentially. Like, that is something that you need to implement more within your gameplay. So that you're not dying in such a stupid way from that race peak, you know. Okay.
Smoke.
Scout destroyed.
Smoke.
Listen. try the play that I showcased you previously. I mean, peeking here like this is almost never worth it because these guys are gonna pre-aiming you hard. And if you miss the timing onto these enemies, you're fucked. You know? Like this peek I would never do even with a teleporter, to be honest. Like, I would always isolate either this angle or this angle to fight. Based on the timing and based on the footsteps. Okay, on the attack we're pushing A again. Good idea. Let's go into overtime. Better cross replacement for the belt. Cross replacement 0 points. Where is the teleport? I don't know how the fuck we do that kill, but a good kill, but still you should have had that teleport. Let's take the ropes. I give up. This is okay play. Listen, this play that you did right now is okay. So what he wants to do, he wants to like use a teleport here and go for the peak. You know, you can go for this position, you can go for the super aggro peak and hold some kind of an off angle like this, which is a really good strat. But if the enemy smoke you here, you need to instantly press the teleport and hold the mid area of the map and maybe surprise the enemies from the window. Like if you're standing on this position of the window, like on the pixel edge, enemies inside of the tube don't actually see your body at all. And you can just bop, 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 take a kill, I'm out. Good TP setup, but you need to be faster with it. You know, I cannot hear in the VOD. I know. I'm hoping. Very good.
Wait, someone stay. Yeah, you can stay there. He's camping. Say voila.
Okay. Solid few rounds for the ending. They're asking him a rank chamber. You cannot see it actually, just a second. Chamber rank.
Enemy remaining.
Good teleport setup. Good kill on the raise, but once again, you're not paid for this shit, man. You're just not paid for this shit. TP away. Bait the shit out of 2 of your teammates. Because, you know, what's the problem in this elo? You cannot really expect that your teammates are gonna refrag you. That's also a huge problem. Like a lot of times, you will play with a pre-assumption, aha, my teammates are gonna refrag me and they're gonna fight with me. But 70% of the times, they're gonna just beat the shit out of you and never refrag you and never fight with you. That's why it is better for your teammates to go in front of you, because you will always refrag them. Because you're not a pussy like them.
Down A.
And also dying here, you see, like why would I die solo here? TP away, 3 versus 1. Play on the contact between enemies and your teammates, take a kill. You need to play more on the contact between enemies and your teammates. Done. Okay, we covered a lot of different topics, like literally I'm tired as hell. Keep doing the training that I share with you. You're not playing enough of Valorant anyways. You can stick with the agents that we talked about for now. And essentially that's it. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a sub, you know, subscribe, leave a comment. And I will see you in the next VOD review. Oh, I don't have a chat today. Okay.